A year and a half ago, I made a decision that would change my life. I decided to become a motorcyclist. But the seed for that decision was planted much earlier, during a bicycle trip to Luxembourg. While setting up my tent on a camping site, I met an older guy on a BMW motorcycle. He had all his camping gear packed on the back. We started talking. He told me about his motorcycle trips, the freedom of the open road, and the incredible places he had seen. That conversation stuck with me. At the time, I didn't know it yet, but that moment planted the idea I wanted to experience that same adventure on two wheels. When I finally got my license, there was only one bike I had in mind, just like his. And that's where this journey really begins. Getting my motorcycle license was both exciting and nerve-wracking. I remember my first lesson. It was awkward, slow, and honestly a little scary. Balancing, counter-steering, emergency braking, everything felt unnatural at first. And the low-speed maneuvers? What a nightmare. I wasn't sure if I'd ever feel confident on the bike. But little by little, things started to click. The first time I truly leaned into a curve without fear, that was a moment I never forget. After getting my license, I bought my first motorcycle, a BMW R1150 RT. It was a direct result of that conversation back in Luxembourg. A touring machine with plenty of comfort, but maybe a bit too much for a beginner. Still, I was determined to make it work. One of my first real trips was a single-day ride to my brother, who lives on the other side of the country. I learned a lot, like how important proper gear is, how exhausting long rides can be, and how to deal with unexpected weather changes. Of course, not every ride was smooth. Early on, I struggled with low speed control, especially on this heavy motorcycle. More than once, I stalled the bike at the stoplight. It's embarrassing, but a lesson learned. I also misjudged corners and ran wide, a wake-up call about the importance of proper line selection and smooth braking. After a while, I wanted something lighter, more agile. That's when I got the Suzuki Gixxer 600. A completely different experience. Sportier, faster, and way more responsive. This bike helped me refine my throttle control, body position, and overall confidence in corners. The transition between a touring bike and a sport bike taught me that every motorcycle has its own personality, and finding the right one for your riding style makes all the difference. One of the best things about riding is, of course, the adventure. My trip to the Alps was a game changer. Twisty roads, stunning landscapes, and the first time I truly felt at home on a motorcycle. But also the first time I had to set up camp after a long day's ride. Then came a completely new challenge, riding with a pillion. I took a trip to England with a passenger on the back, which completely changed the way I rode. Suddenly, everything felt different. Braking took longer, slow speed maneuvering was trickier, and I had to be much smoother with the throttle. But the experience was incredible. Riding through the English countryside, Navigating busy towns and even tackling some rough weather along the way, it was an entirely new test of my skills. And seeing how my passenger enjoyed the ride made it all worth it. Motorcycle camping adds a whole new level to the experience. I've learned the hard way that packing light is key. Only bring what you really need. My setup includes a compact tent, a lightweight sleeping bag and a small cooking kit. But one of the biggest improvements, it was my navigation system. At first, I used my phone for navigation, but switching to a rugged tablet, the Samsung Galaxy Tab Active 5, totally transformed my trips. With the DMD2 app, I get a large, clear screen, offline maps and an interface made for bikers. Whether I'm on highways or unpaved back roads, it keeps me on track. Looking back, the difference is night and day. From struggling with basic maneuvers to confidently tackling long tours, every mile has been a lesson. But here's the thing, the learning never stops. Every ride, every trip, every mistake, it all shapes you into a better rider. If there's one thing I've learned, is that motorcycling isn't just about riding. It's about the people you meet, the places you go, and the confidence you build along the way. And to think, it all started with one conversation. One random meeting with an older guy on a BMW at a campground in Luxembourg. He probably doesn't even know it, but that short conversation completely changed my life. Now I am the one packing up my bike for the next adventure. And maybe, one day, I'll be the one to inspire someone else to start their journey. So, if you're thinking about getting into motorcycling, my advice? Just go for it. Take your time, embrace the challenges, and most importantly, enjoy the ride.